Hey guys, I'm Caden down here at Booth Music. I'm the repair tech, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about changing the strings on your steel string acoustic guitar. It's pretty straightforward. It's easy to do without tools, but I'm going to show you a couple tools here that we sell that just make it a little bit easier, a little quicker. First thing you'll want to do, just get the old strings off. All you have to do is just loosen the tuners up here. There's a few different ways you can do it. It's easy enough by hand. But we recommend having a peg winder, something like these here. With a peg winder such as this, you can just put that onto the key here of the tuner, loosen it. That'll go much, much faster than just by hand. To go a step up from here, you can also use the drill bit peg winder. That's something that I use here every day. It just chucks into a drill like this, and it saves a lot of time. Okay, with the strings removed from the tuners up here, all we need to do is just reach inside the sound hole and pop out these bridge pins. Just set those to the side, make sure you don't lose any. Then your old strings are ready to go. You can just toss those in the garbage. All right, and then one other note, at this step, make sure that your saddle, this piece right here, make sure you don't lose that as well. It's not glued in, it's just held on by the string tension. So with no strings on there, it's easy for this to kind of go missing. Just keep a note of that. Okay, from there we're ready to start on the new strings. What you're going to want to do is take the ball end of the string, put that down through the hole here in the bridge, and follow that with your bridge pin. Okay, and so it's important to reach inside and make sure that the ball end of the string is seated against the underside of the bridge. I'll use this second bridge here as like a prop. We can show you kind of what I'm talking about. After the ball end of the string goes through, you follow that with the pin. It's very easy to get the ball end of the string stuck to the underside of the pin, something like this. What you want to do is reach in and make sure that the ball end of the string is actually seated down here against the wood. That'll fit much tighter. You won't end up with the pin flying out. And you can also get it like tuning issues if it's not seated correctly. So it's just easy enough to reach in and make sure that's correct. Okay. So now all our strings are seated here at the bridge. All we have to do now is just wind them back onto the pegs. So I usually start from the treble string here. It doesn't matter if you start from the low side and then come the other way. It's really just up to you. So what we need to do now, I'm just going to align the hole here in the tuner so that it's facing down the instrument. I'm just going to put the string straight through here. Some people will try to tie the string around the peg. That's just not necessary with steel strings like this. There's plenty of friction. You can just put the string straight through. From there, I'll pull it tight, and then with the finger here at the nut slot, I'll just slide it back to the first fret. That gives you enough slack here that you should have enough string to wrap around the peg. Then you just twist it on like this. And there we are. One thing to watch out for, you want to make sure that the string is winding down the peg rather than up. So after it's fed through the hole, you want it to spiral down towards the headstock of the guitar rather than up off of the peg. And then, so the reason that we want the string to spiral downward is so that we get enough downward pressure over the nut here. If the string is up higher, something like this, there's not enough tension holding it in the slot, and you can get some kind of buzz and rattle. So we just want to make sure there's good downward pressure. Okay, so now we have our strings wound on, and these are just loose. If I play like that, they're nowhere near in tune. There's plenty of slack left on the strings, so we want to finish up by hand, just looking at a tuner here, using the D'Addario Eclipse headstock tuner. Okay, and there we are. One thing that's really common with fresh strings is you'll find yourself tuning them more often at first, because it just takes a few hours of play for the strings to kind of stretch into place. You can kind of speed up that process when you change strings by, I'll just fret the string here at the first fret, and then just pull on it here, provide a little tension to it. that kind of pre-stretches it. We'll just do that across each string. Then you'll notice when I go to tune it again, they're back down way below where they just were. Just tune it a second time here. Okay, and that's it. All we have to do now is trim off the excess. I just come in with a pair of wire cutters, just up here tight against the post. And then the Pro Winder here from D'Addario also has a pair of cutters built in, just there on the bottom. This particular model is for bass, but they're available in the guitar size as well. And links to any of these products will be down below this video. Okay, and you can just throw away your excess, and you are ready to go.